Ladies and gentlemen, I am sad, satisfied, and to a certain extent happy. Because when I look at how TNA has been for a couple of months, I think, what did GFW give us? Now, honestly, when it came to GFW, I didn't think it was going to be 100% a great thing from them. Because they're so weak. They don't have a TV deal. Most of their talent is from TNA originally. And then, talent that is with TNA is not going to them. Naming Magnus, Mickey Jane, James Storm probably, as well as Bobby Roode. In the end, I see that TNA really lost here. And I was hoping that this week coming in, that TNA would not have Jeff Jarrett on. And I know a lot of people would say, oh, he's not going to be there, but we didn't know. Anything could have still happened, even though they generally said it's over. So I am glad to see he wasn't there. But I thought this with Jeff Jarrett. I thought the reason that they did this angle wasn't because TNA needed help. It's because Jeff Jarrett needed help and TNA owed him. So they were willing to sponsor and show his people at the expense of themselves. Doesn't it sound like Spike again? That they're willing to sacrifice themselves for Spike, so now they sacrifice themselves for Jeff Jarrett. Mind you, it was good to see most of the talent. Lady Tap, I was glad to see. She's still not there yet. She's still a bit green, but at least it's good to see she's still working in the business. Sanjay Dutt, I was very happy to see. Chris Masters, Chris Mazowski, I believe he called him. I know people consider most of these people mediocre or very low, but still, it's good to see there's still people working in the business that love it and they're willing to start up in a new company. Whether you like the company or not, if you think it's going to make it or not, it doesn't make a difference as long as it's there. Now, looking at this, there were very few matches throughout the entire show. There's only 5 matches. The first one, I'm glad is over. And that is Eli versus the Sarge. Look, I said this before. The best way to get the Sarge over was for Eli to take the leg, probably beat his ass with it, and then Chris getting the leg back. Now, they didn't go down that route like I stated they should. But finally, it's over. That Chris got his leg back and he got a win in his match. That's the most important thing here. Now, I do believe they're still going to be messing with Eli because he's supposed to pay penance for what he did going to GFW's side. But I'll say this, how far are they actually going to go? How far are they actually going to go with this? I'm wondering, will it be a good thing they're going to keep doing this, or will it bring down the show more? Guys, tell me below. Kenny King versus Tigre Uno. The only reason that I'm mentioning this is because Kenny King was more interesting than Tigre Uno. The crowd wanted Tigre Uno, but they wanted Kenny King more. And it might have been better for Kenny King to win there, but since Bound for Glory, they're going to be doing a Destination X match, you know, we've done that so many times, to be honest, it should be left alone for a year. Not every single time. And the killer for this entire situation is that the X Division's just not cared about. It's just like the Cruiserweights when they opened up with WCW. And that's really sad because the X Division really made TNA. Next, the match that I felt was just overburdened. Jade versus Gail Kim. 2 Korean women. Well, one half Korean, half black, and one pure Korean. Doesn't make a difference. Jade looked good. I'm glad they spotlighted Jade here because I felt like between her, Marty Bell, and Rebel, Jade has the best ability. Not taking anything from Marty Bell. I know she has ability, ladies and gentlemen. But Jade just has a quality that's a little bit more than a Marty Bell. Maybe it's because Marty doesn't talk much. Maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe it's the hairstyle of Marty that I feel that maybe she needs to change it. But I do believe it's just that between Marty and Jade, Jade just feels like she has a bit more ability. But it's not by much. But in the end, this cute looking half Korean woman, just so damn good looking. She's just good. And if you think, and I say this clearly, just because a woman doesn't have big boobs and a big butt does not mean she's not beautiful. Look at the woman for who she is. She's damn gorgeous. But here's the problem. That was for the Knockouts Championship. And I felt last week, why? Why would they have Gail Kim do this? When you barely spotlighted Brooke. Brooke, people really want to see. They should have been working with Brooke, but instead they care more about making Gail Kim look like the best. And I felt that was a big waste of time. I'm not against Gail Kim, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't think I hate Gail. I don't. I still believe she has a couple more years in her, no problem. She can do good storylines, but here's the thing. You got a nearly 30 plus woman, near 40, who, if she's got to deal with the dollhouse, let her deal with the dollhouse. But then you're not really sponsoring the women who really need it. Marty Bell, Jade, Rebel, Brooke. Come on. You got 4 women there in the Knockouts division that we should be focusing on. And we're focusing on Gail Kim. We're focusing on the beautiful people. It's so sad to see this. And this is what happened with the entire situation. Gail wins. The beautiful people come in. The dollhouse comes in. And then Awesome Kong comes in. Mind you, it's going to be an interesting match between Awesome Kong and Gail Quinn. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in a lot of pain right now. But Awesome Kong and Gail Kim. It's not going to be a bad match and Bound for Glory. But let's be honest. Wouldn't you rather see Jade win the championship and then having to face a Terrence Terrell? Wouldn't that be more interesting than a Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong, which won't be a bad match? And people still love them both. But Jade versus Terrence Terrell. Jade says, you know what? Fuck you. I want this title. It's mine, bitch. And then they have their feud. And then we have something for Bound for Glory. No. Storm segment. We have Shira, we have Manic, and we have the Abyss. Muhammad Ali Shira. I keep pronouncing his name wrong. I hate that. But now the Abyss is gone, Manic is gone, and Muhammad Ali Shira is now dealing with Storm directly. And I guess when the next Impact comes around, they're going to announce Shira versus Storm at Bound for Glory. The question will be, will it be a career-ending match? That would be the best thing for Storm, because if he's going to really leave, it should be about a career-ending match. Because Storm's saying, you know what? If I can't beat you, I don't deserve to be in TNA. That would be the best way for him to leave. At least he's going to put someone over and give him a rub. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's how I feel. Now, what is it? The Rockstar Spud versus EC3 match. I gotta say this now because that's not the match I'm going to care about. When you look at this, Spud and EC3 was the best match of the night. I know a lot of people are going to say the #1 contendership was pretty damn good. But this was the best match of the night. It was. And when you see this, Spud is totally over. EC3 is totally over. And they let EC3 fight without Tyrus or Jeff Hardy interfering. That was the best thing for him to do. And it was so well done that even though Spud lost, he still won. And I'm saying this right now because I do believe this is going to eventually happen. Oh man, I'm sorry. I have a lot of pain in my back. Especially my right side. Oh. But this is what I feel about Rockstar Spud. Eventually they are going to give him the World Heavyweight Championship. They are. As a transitional champion, he will be no better than Eli. But this is what I do believe, that he will be a lot more over than Eli was. Eli is a generic face. He just isn't great as a face. He's good, but he isn't great. He's more better as a heel. And he does great work when he's a comedian, but I felt he's better as a heel. Ergo, what he's doing right now is not that bad. Even though a lot of people are kind of tired of him, it's not that bad what he's been doing. But when it comes down to it, when it comes to Rockstar Spud, I truly believe Rockstar Spud is going to be a champion eventually. And I believe that they're going to notice that Rockstar Spud is going to make the ratings jump. He's charismatic. He's good in the ring. He does good promos. He does. The promo before the match was very good. What happened with him and Jeff Hardy the week before wasn't bad. So I do believe they're going to notice that he's good enough that they can keep him with the title for longer than a month or two. Because if he's not good, they're going to get rid of the title from him in about a month. Maybe 2 months maximum. So that's how I feel about that. Finally, the match of the night. When it came to Bram, the Wolves, the Lashley, and the Sinister Scotsman. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. I'm going to put that probably in my title. The Sinister Scotsman, #1 contender. You know the reason why I say this? It's simple. TNA sees what WWE did not want or could see. The potential of a Drew Galloway. Drew is actually pretty good. You look past his accent, he's actually a very good talent. And I do believe Drew Galloway will eventually become World Heavyweight Champion. I don't believe he's going to be World Heavyweight Champion at Bound for Glory. I could be wrong. You never know. I don't want to know the spoilers. I don't want to know the cheat sheets. I don't want to know none of that mess. But I do believe that he will be a champion one day. And I do believe if TNA understands him, if he's allowed to be how he was when he first came into WWE and went out of FCW as the Sinister Scotsman, because that was his moniker at one point, he comes out with a fucking kilt and comes out with a freaking shillelagh and kicks the fuck out of everybody, he will be interesting and different. Like a Finlay. Finlay was different. He beat the shit out of you with a shillelagh, or he can just beat the fuck out of you. And I look at Drew Galloway in that respect. I do believe one day, if they let him go there, he will be good for TNA. But that's just my point of view. What is yours? So I hope you enjoyed the Zane view. Please give me... Oh, man. I don't know what I did to my shoulder, but I messed up my shoulder. Then I tried to stretch my body out, and now my back is completely thrown out. Oh, I hate being messed up. But that's what happens when you're on disability. Your body's messed up, and always it hurts. But you guys have a good day and have a good night. Peace out!